on a 2018 Harley Davidson Fat Bob. It's got the 114, 119 pound-feet of torque. Let me get on the right side over here. And it's got looks that are kind of like, I can take it or leave it in some way or fashion, but this is supposed to be the gem of their fleet. It's supposed to be the performer, with the dual disc up front, single disc in the rear. This engine's got plenty of balls. I like the 114 better. I just did a ride on the 107, and this is just, I love this engine. Bigger is better. So it's got the single disc in the rear, dual disc up in front. Okay, I got it in fourth. We're going up this steep grade here, and it's pulling pretty well. I don't have to dip it down into a lower gear. So off we go. Yep. Come on, guys, let's roll. So yeah, it's got the dual disc up front, single disc in the rear. It has a preload adjustable rear suspension on it. I cranked it up to about a 2, and that seems to be working fine. So I like the drag bars on this, or they call them, I don't know what kind of bar, but I call them drag bars. They're adjustable. You can see you got the angles there with the markers on it. You could adjust the angle on the bars. The only thing is I'm trying to get this mirror adjusted where I can see behind me. Alright, it has ABS brakes. I mean, right now I'm riding it and I feel like that there wouldn't be any worry about keeping up with anybody or getting out of the way of something. You know, my first concern with a bike, that if it doesn't have enough juice to it, that it's not gonna, you know, it's not gonna get out of the way of things or pull away from something that that can harm you, like a aggressive driver, if you know what I mean. So so far as the performance of the 114, I rode it the first time and I liked it, and I'm riding it the third time actually, and I'm liking it even better. So my first impression was correct on this motor. Much big improvement from what the original one was like. So I'm just trying to adjust my mirrors here so, you know, I can see what's on the left and right of me. So I mean, so far as the bike itself, it feels very light and nimble. From what I could tell, I mean, if I just do a zigzag, I don't want to piss nobody off, but let's see. If I do a transition from left to fucking right, I mean, she's pretty good. You know, not sport bike territory, but pretty damn good. Balance, no shake, nice and even. That's what you want. You always want to check that out. If that handlebar is shaking, that ain't the bike for you. There's something wrong with it. So now we're going through town here. We're doing about 30. But nice engine. I like this 114. I think it's a nice motor, man. Performs well. Doesn't work one bit. Right there in front of me is the one I rode before. The Slim, I thought that was a nice bike too. The 107's nice. But this 114 just pulls so much easier. I mean, so far as the look of this thing, I mean, I probably would have to get used to it. I like the 17 better, I'll be honest with you, the look of that, but you know, we'll see how it does. You know, maybe people will warm up to its looks. So we're making a left. This is a perfect ride up here in upstate New York. You guys ever got to do a demo ride and you're from Jersey, take the extra trip to go out here. Everybody's friendly, but he's cool. Right now we're going to get on to Route 17. You know, we're going to do about maybe a mile or two stretch. I was complaining about the seat on this bike before, but I'll tell you one thing, it's pretty comfortable. I have to take back what I thought about it. All right, now we get to test this thing out a little bit. You don't need 6th gear on the highway, that's for sure. 5th is good. 6th is like if you're rolling over 80 miles an hour or whatever, and you know you're going to need that 6th gear. That's definitely an override. I mean, an overdrive on this thing. I mean, it's definitely meant for that. But 5th, you're fine. You can even do it in 4th if you wanted to. Override only here about $2.5 grand. So you know, I mean, it's selling pretty good. Plenty of juice. Like I said, I'm not worried about riding this thing that I'm not quick enough to get by somebody or catch up or get away from something. There we go. There's the exit for Woodsboro. We're at O'Toole Harley Davidson in Woodsboro, New York. WRTSBURG. Smack in the middle of the Catskills here, and I said, look them up online, and whenever they're doing a demo truck, this is the perfect spot. I recommend it. Now, from these handlebars, I'm getting a little bit of numbness from the slim I rode before. The grips on that seem to be a little better, a little more ergonomic on the comfort end. But I have to say, I mean, I was a little sketchy on the looks of this Fat Bob, but I'm liking the Fat Bob. We're in Woodsboro. We're pulling right into O'Toole Harley Davidson. I'm not even going to really fucking break it. See what this thing could do. I'll tell you, world of difference when it comes to handling. So normally these bikes would be scraping right now. So far as a Fat Bob, my analysis, I think it's a pretty damn good bike. I mean, I misjudge it, and I like it.